can't see much difference between those two either.
Really?
There
Oh,
is
it drives
some.
me crazy.
There
I can
is
see
some.
it.
Yeah,
I
there's
can see
some.
it, but
The shading's a little different.
But nothing
And the
too
proportion
radical.
of the eyebrow to
Yes.
the hat is like there's a lot less
and
forehead on
yeah, even eyebrow to the eye. Too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting it pretty good.
Well, yeah, like this eye's much larger.
Your non-dominant hand did really well.
Thanks. I was honestly surprised
That looks
because my
really
left-handed
good.
writing looks like a kindergartner did it.
True to say that I write them because it's a completely other experience. They come and find me. It's the best way I could put it. And I just make myself receptive, and it's like the story tells itself to me. You follow this? So one time I was driving home from class, only like a 15-minute ride, and this story started to tell itself. And you know what happens when you don't know a story? You don't know where it's going. You're just like on the edge of your seat. That's what it felt like. So I pulled into my parking lot at my house, and the story wasn't over. I sat in my car like this, waiting for another 30 minutes. And the story ended. You follow this? This is again called divining. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Divining. I raced inside, I turned my laptop on, and I spent the next 8 hours possessing. Now, what happens when you don't possess?
The divining means nothing because
It fades. You know what that experience is like, right?
yeah.
See, it's not quite possessing, it's more like being possessed by it. And that's why you have to turn it around. That makes sense? Become the possessor instead of the possessed. Makes sense? Now, we get ready for the next point. Of all such forms, he means the forms of nature. Of all such forms, the human is the highest and the true, because only in it can the spirit have its corporeity and thus its visible expression. What does he mean by that? And Hegel is some writer. Have you two taken a course in figure drawing?
Not taking that next semester.
And that was part of my drawing one.
Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
it before, but next semester.
All right. There's something that you need to master in taking a class like that. What is it?
Getting like the essence of the person that you're drawing.
But you know how hard that is?
It's extremely hard.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
You would think going in that you're asked to master the skill of mastering the human figure. But here's the thing. There is something in there. And how do you capture that? Does that make sense? It's not just a body. There's a person inside it, which is beautiful if you think about it. So that's why Hegel says the human form is the highest expression of those two things coming together. Form and spirit. That makes sense? Your inner consciousness, your outer body. Fused, joined, integrated. Which is why I like to look at really old people. I'm talking really, really old people. In their 90s. And you know what I see on their faces? Which is kind of like what is within over time has found its way out and on the skin. The stories, the successes, the failures, the pride, the sorrows. And that's what he's talking about. By looking at a body like that, you can see there's a spirit in there. Why is he bringing this up? Okay, is it as easy to see that in a tree?
No.
Why is it so easy to see it in the person?
Because you can really to a person?
Because a person is unique in that it is a spirit walking around in form. Does that kind of make sense? Now, a tree may or may not have that, but it's, you follow this. How would I say it better? Most people would understand when we talk about the human body, that there's someone in there, but try to tell them about the tree, and it also had something in there. Does that make sense?